Back to part 2 of our talk on angles. As you can see here, I've got our screen from our last video where we talked about what a right angle is, what an acute angle is, and what an obtuse angle is. And today we are going to introduce something called complementary angles. So I'm just going to scroll down here. I'm going to create a text box. I'm going to write complementary angles. Now, complementary angles are two angles that add up to exactly 90 degrees, or a right angle. I'm going to show you what I mean by that. If I was to create a right angle right here, I'm going to create a direct right angle, and we can always double check that's a right angle by lining up our protractor. Yes, looks good. Looks like I drew a pretty good right angle. And a complementary angle would be two angles that, when added up, are going to equal 90 degrees. So you can see here that I've created one angle right here, but I've also created one angle right here. And let's take a look. Let's move our protractor over this right here. And let's see this right here. Ooh, I was pretty close. It looks like I just created an angle that is 4 degrees right here. So I'm just going to zoom out slightly. And I'm going to write 44 degrees. Now, we know that complementary angles are two angles that, when added up, they give us 90 degrees. So we already measured and we saw that this right here is a 90-degree angle. And we measured this first one and it told us that it's 44 degrees. So I'm just going to write an algebraic equation over here. And this is going to be how we're going to kind of solve these moving forward. So we have one angle that we know is 44 degrees, which we have written right here. And we're going to add an unknown, which we're just going to symbolize with a question mark. Oftentimes in math we see the letter X, but today we're just going to be using a question mark, which is this angle right here. And we know that this adds up to 90 degrees. So our strategy here today is that we are going to subtract the 44 from this side, say minus the 44. And from what we know with algebra is that whenever we do something for one side of an equation, we have to do it to the other side of the equation. So we're going to subtract 44 from this side. And that will come up with our new answer. So on this side, 44 minus 44, that cancels out. Now we simply have question mark equals 90 minus 44. So if we were to do the math on that, that is going to give us the number 46. So because complementary angles are two angles that add up to 90 degrees, we can see that this first one right here is 44. And from the math that we just did, we know that this angle must be 46. So I'm going to draw a new angle here. Let's zoom out just a little bit. We're going to draw ourselves another right angle. Just like that. And I'm going to draw a pretty small angle here. I'm going to line this up. And oh, looks pretty good. Looks like I drew a perfect 20-degree angle. So I'm going to say that this right here is 20 degrees. And I want you to find what this angle is right here. And to kind of get you started, I'm going to draw us a little algebraic equation. I'm going to say 20 plus question mark equals 90. So leave a comment with your answer, and we will continue this another time. Thanks everyone. See you in the next video.